What is up, ladies and gentlemen, Games Bacon here, and today we're just going to have a really close look at the Fury 2-piece and 4-piece bonus. I want to make it quite quick though, so hold on to your hats, we're going to be rifling through it. So first of all, what do they do? While Blood Surge is active, its crits do 15% more damage, and you have a 15% increased chance to damage, to crit. So that's pretty cool, right? That just says, hey, Blood Surge is up, press Wild Strike more, woo! That's cool, it's extra passive damage, allows us to do more stuff. Doesn't interfere with our gameplay at all, it's just extra damage in a place where we need it. Brilliant. Now the 4-piece is where things get really kind of ski-whiff and things go off the trail a bit. So your Wild Strike crits reduce the cooldown of Recklessness by 20 seconds. Now I want to show you why this is an issue, and I'm going to show you in form of a spreadsheet because I put one together. I'm a bit of a nerd like that. So this is my spreadsheet, and you can see here I've got some talents, I've got the ones that make a difference, I've got my amount of crit chance, and I've got a bunch of statistical crap that no one really cares about. But the output is interesting. So this is the approximate amount of times we're going to be able to use Recklessness per minute after the 4-piece bonus. We're going to have per full rage bar spent. So if we had 120 rage, for example, it would then, after you spent one rage bar, you'd probably have this much cooldown return. So it's just an average. Everything here, take it with a pinch of salt. It's all averages. It's all based on specific numbers. No RNG. It's very dry cut. There's no raid buffs or anything in there. This is basic numbers in the most basic way. It's not in any way 100% accurate, and but it does give you a very rough estimate. So let's look at this a bit more closely, right? So these talents, you can come in here, by the way. Anything in a green box is going to be editable for you. Everything else is protected, so you can't go around changing things. But you can come in and you can put in your crit chance, for example. So mine at the moment is 29%, I believe. Cool. So my add 5% for a raid buff if you want to think of it raid buffed. Fury, do I take Furious Strikes? No, I don't. I take Sudden Death. I do take Anger Management, and I do have Unending Rage. So I would get approximately 1 Recklessness per minute after the 4-piece bonus, which sounds fine to me. That sounds really good. You can see here, because I have the Glyph of Unending Rage, that means I have 100 rage, and I have the rage cost of 45 per wild strike, which means I can use approximately 2.2 wild strikes per full rage, per rage bar. This is how I managed to figure it out. Don't have to worry about this too much. But anyway, so I get the Glyph of Unending Rage. That gives me 120 rage. My rage cost is still 45. So say, for example, I decide to take Furious Strikes, which is probably, if this goes live and how it ends up, this is what like everyone is going to be doing because of this ridiculousness. You take Furious Strikes, and suddenly I'm getting 2.6 Recklessness per minute, which is kind of silly, right? That means I'm managing 23.2 crits per minute, which is reducing the per 20, that's 20 seconds per crit, and I'm getting 23 of them per minute with just Furious Strikes, approximately. You know, it might be more like 18, it might, if I get lucky, it might be like 30. We don't really know. This is very, very rough. So two and a half Recklessness per minute. Holy crap. If we put the Recklessness glyph on, that's nearly 100% uptime. In fact, if I go raid buffed, which would be 34% crit chance, that's 3 Recklessness per minute, which at 20 seconds is 100% uptime. So this is a really big issue, because not only is it silly, like it's completely making Recklessness pointless. It's no longer a cooldown as such. It's just another button we're going to macro into everything so it goes off all the time. It completely takes choice away from our talents. We can't take Sudden Death anymore, and that's kind of a bummer, because a lot of people like Sudden Death. People like Furious Strikes as well, but it's the point. The point is it's taking choices away. I personally think that this should say your Wild Strike crits while Blood Surge is active reduce the cooldown of Recklessness. That would make a lot more sense to me. Put comments below. I'll put the spreadsheet in description for you to have a look at if you want to, and we'll go from there. So yeah, thanks very much guys, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.